Susie Vapes, welcome back to my channel. Today is, thank goodness, it's Friday. And it is actually Friday. It's early in the morning. Like I always film early in the morning. And I got a frog in my throat. So, see these two cute cover minders I made? So, in Canada, it's super expensive to buy these buttons. In the States, they're like $2 a pack, but in Canada, they're $9.98 a pack. So I didn't, before I knew that you could buy these in Canada, I went on AliExpress and someone mentioned, oh, what about those the croc covers you get for your Crocs? So I decided to try it and buy some. I got some Furbies, aren't they so cute? And I got a package of 100, but they are so hard to get the backs off of them that stick to your Crocs. I was having a lot of difficulties. I managed to get these two to work, but they're super hard because they're like glued on these tabs. Pretty much took a big chunk out of it trying to get it off, but it looks fine. It doesn't look that bad at the back where I put the magnet. So, and these ones are soft. They're like squishy and the buttons are hard. So I don't know, we'll see. I might try to do more, but they are very tedious to try to get that plug, the black plug from the Crocs off. Because I have like a bag of 100 of different stuff. I even have like some Disney characters and stuff, but it's so hard to get this tab off of them. I gotta figure out a way to get them off easier. I don't know. But anyway, I'm still working on Victorious Moon's picture. It's going okay. There's no popping drills, but sometimes I wonder if I rather have popping drills or gaps. Like, I know it's because I have the light on. Where's the light? Let's see if I can turn off the light. I know it's because I have the light on and it looks better when the light's off. I know, I get that, but it just bugs me that the background is so dark on these light colors. You can kind of see it, and I'm not really liking that part of it. But I'm gonna try to do the checkerboard method as far as I can go, but it's kind of hard when you have mismatched stuff. And I've missed some symbols as per usual. What would be my life without missing some symbols? So I'm gonna try to do the checkerboard here. I know it's just, I did the lantern already because it was the only color. But like these, the drills are not too bad. There's like hardly any like little niblets on it, but I feel like they're not all the same size. But in square, unfortunately, it's in more cases than none, that's the issue. But I don't know. I don't know if I'd rather have popping drills or gaps. Like, I'm to the point where, yeah, we get mad and we get frustrated that we do have popping drills. But I don't know. So updates. This week was, I had Monday, Tuesday off. It wasn't too bad. I had to work Wednesday, Thursday. It was a long 2 days at work. Wednesday went better than Thursday. Thursday, the line kept on breaking down. We had more downtime than anything, and the order that we were doing was not cooperating, and I just wanted to get that darn order out. I think I swept up more Italian blend from the floor than we actually packaged. It was brutal. Nothing more than I hate it when the bags don't close and I have to squeegee the floor and dump all the vegetables that went on the floor. And I'm not doing a very good job at doing the checkerboard now, am I? So yeah, I put in my request to change shifts. Whether or not they're gonna grant it, I don't know. I guess we're just gonna have to wait and see what happens. I'm hoping that they'll grant it. And if that happens, then my life is gonna kind of go a little topsy-turvy for about a week until I settle in to my new rotation. The plans is to be my last shift next Friday on my old crew and then start my new crew on the Monday and have Saturday and Sunday off when I'm supposed to work Saturday and Sunday, but the other girl's gonna do them. And then I have to work the long weekend, which is fine. I was supposed to go to like a barbecue that I go to annually, but I'm fine to miss it. It's out of town and I'm fine. I don't really care about missing it. So, yeah, I'm hoping that it gets approved just once. I'd like something to work out in my favor. But something deep down inside makes me feel like they're not going to approve it. So, next week is my birthday. So my cousins are coming down from the US to come visit for the day, and I asked her to pick me up six containers of Harbor Freight. So hopefully she does. I said if she couldn't get 6, at least 4. I'm going storage cuckoo. Like, I already have these bottle ones, that case that you said. I got 2 Harbor Freights. I got my Craftmate lockables. And those are the ones, and I have the Tic Tac ones, but my niece Chantel has been using them, so I haven't even tried them yet. She's been trying them for me, and she must like them because she's still using them. So that's it about storage. I don't know. So I kind of at loss of words right now of what to say. The house is quiet because it's early in the morning. It's past 6 o'clock in the morning, so I'm sure we'll hear a train at some point in my video. Darn trains. Oh my goodness. So when I taped that, the bling bling, when I went outside to the backyard and I was doing that time lapse, holy, the train went by then. And you guys think it's loud inside the house? Holy, it's super loud outside. That was the first time I sat in the back all summer long. Then the sun was starting to beat on my back because I don't have an umbrella. I have to get an umbrella for that table. But I haven't had the motivation to buy anything to decorate the patio this year, because I used to have a gazebo and the wind ripped it. So I took it down and I haven't. That was my second one. I've had 2. And the first one it ripped and then I got a new one. Then the second one ripped and then I gave up. And I'm like, if I have to buy another one, it's got to be the one with the hard sides. With the roof that's hard, because obviously the canopy ones don't survive in the back on the deck. So when I can afford, because they're super expensive, they're almost like $1,000. When I can afford to get one, I'm going to redo the backyard patio again, but I just haven't had. Maybe if I get my pool, if I buy another pool, maybe I'll get the motivation to decorate the backyard again. I don't know. My sister's like constantly, you need to get motivation to fix up the house, and I really don't have the motivation to do it. I don't know why, but I don't. It was so much easier when I had, I know it's awful to say, but when I had my boyfriend that did all this fixer-up stuff, and I'm not very fixer-upper kind of person, and it costs a lot to hire somebody to do it for you. I just thought about moving everything to paint, and I don't even want to think about it, but I gotta get it done. Like, I got all these diamond paintings and I haven't hung any of them because I've been waiting for painting. The painting that hasn't been happening, but I'm hoping that once the fall comes, I'll get motivated to do it. Right now it's just too darn hot to paint or to do anything. But today I'm filming now and I'm going to try to get it uploaded, but I can't guarantee that I'm going to upload it before I leave. But my sister wants to go to London to the store. Like I told you that my sister still works at Tender Tootsie's, the place that I used to work at years ago. I worked there for 7 years. Well, she gets a discount at the store because she's an employee. So every year we buy Alyssa's shoes for school there, because they don't just sell Tender Tootsie shoes, they sell name brand too. So my daughter has a fascination with Vans. She loves Vans, so they sell them there, and my sister gets 50% off. So we're going there to get Alyssa's back to school shoes. And then she asked me if she puts $20 in, if I would buy her another pair, because my sister's going to buy her a pair, but she asked if I would put in the difference to buy her another pair. And yeah, but she goes through shoes. She's so rough on her shoes. It's still like crazy. And I should buy a pair of running shoes because I don't own a pair, believe it or not. I don't own any pair of sneakers. And then I wear these shoes, and my daughter always makes fun of me saying they're granny shoes. So I'm thinking about maybe I should get a pair with my sister's discount before she retires and I don't get the discount anymore. I can always use Bonnie's discount, but still, it'd be nice. And I'm pretty sure that's why my cousins are coming down, because they want to get shoes too from the outlet store. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure why they're coming here, but it just ends up being on my birthday. I'm pretty sure we're going to go out for lunch, probably at Tia's, which is a Portuguese restaurant in town. And it's my favorite restaurant in town right now. And I love the owners. They're super nice. And probably it helps because I grew up with them too. So I really love Tia's. And I haven't been there in a while. I'm hoping my sister will want to go there for breakfast this morning, because I like their breakfast and it's pretty reasonable price. I went to the Gardenia, which is another restaurant in town, and I found it super expensive. No, not Gardenia. It was same owner, so maybe it was the same at Gardenia. But Roy's got taken over by the people that own the gardenia, and I find the prices at Roy's way too high now. Not even worth it. So I'm probably never going to go back to Roy's again. Just me and Mo went there a couple of times since they've opened, and then I told her this time, nope, I'm not going back anymore to Roy's. So I don't know, it's just not the same. The waitresses are gone that were our usual waitresses there. I wonder whatever happened to them. So yeah, it's not the same restaurant anymore. Isn't it funny how you get attached to a certain place, then you don't want to go anywhere else but that place? I'm finding this canvas super duper sticky. I shouldn't have done that. Darn it, Liz. I am the worst for checkerboarding. I am the worst. But I do find that they do go on better. They look better when you do the checkerboard method. I honestly do. Like down here I didn't do it, and I feel like you can tell that I didn't do it down here. See this big gap here? It's really bugging me. And I tried fixing it already, but it's just too many to pull off on the first square. And I was using that darn note to self. Don't use these tips on squares unless you get good at it. Because you can even, I don't know if you can tell. I don't know if I can get it on the camera. But the tip is wearing because I was pushing so hard trying to move them on this canvas, because this is the most stickiest adhesive I've ever had in my life. I'm gonna take a break and clear my throat. Sorry about that, folks. I'm back. I don't know what's wrong with me. I hope I'm not getting a cold, because that's all I need right now is to get a cold. I am constantly, if I sniff a lot, it's because my nose is permanently damaged, I think, from working in the cold, and my nose constantly running. That's the only part I hate about working in the freeze, like in a refrigerated. I can't say I work in a freezer because I don't. Like, it's not minus 18 like the warehouse, but it does get really cold in there. I'm not even sure what the temperature is that they keep it at, but it's cold. And when you're in there for 12 hours, you're cold. And in the summertime, it isn't as bad because it seems like if it's hot outside, it changes it inside. But when the snow comes and it's -degree outside, it's going to be super cold in there. I'm going to have to start wearing my winter jacket again. I just know it. Sometimes in the middle, if I'm wearing my winter jacket and I stay in the middle for a long period of time, I get super hot and I can't handle it. See, I just messed up the checkerboard right here. Oh, I'm terrible at this. So anyways, I was going to tell you the story about the dryer. So, oh, I just heard one of my dogs snorting. So I worked on the weekend, right? Yeah, because this is the next weekend. So I worked on the weekend, and then on the Friday, my sister came over with her boyfriend, and they're down in the basement, and she comes up and she's like, oh, we're going to try to move the dryers. So my dryer went kapoof, and I've been going to the laundromat to dry my clothes, but I've been washing them at home, and then we've just been taking it to the laundromat to dry our loads. Like, we wash them all, and then we would go to the laundromat to dry them, me and Alyssa. Which brought back memories, because a while back, maybe 2 or 3 years ago, my washing machine went. And the washing machine was my mom's old washing machine, and it finally went kapoof. And we were going to the laundromat. And back then, I decided, well, since we're here and we're washing them, we might as well dry it and do it all there, so we don't have to dry at home. And it'll save me on some hydro, because at the time, my daughter, Sarah, and her boyfriend were still living here. So that's a lot of clothes to dry, and I'd make them do their own laundry, though she'd have to come to laundromat with me to do her loads, because I wasn't doing theirs plus mine. There's a certain degree that I draw the line. But anyway, she lives in an apartment now, which is nice that there's laundry on every floor and you don't have to pay for it, which is good, because I remember when I lived in apartment buildings, you'd have to pay the coins to, and there's still a lot of apartments like that, but where she lives, it's free, and they have laundry on every floor, which is pretty cool. Anyway, that's changing the subject. So anyways, she comes over with her boyfriend, and I have my mom's old dryer that's been sitting in the furnace room. When we moved in here, I moved in with one of my ex-boyfriends when I first took over the house. And my mom's washer and dryer were here, obviously. And we decided to scrap our old dryer and keep my mom's dryer, because they were maybe a year or two old before my mom passed away. So they're fairly new. But then when we moved in here, we were on the old, like, fuse breakers, you know, not the switch breakers, which I changed it all to the switch breakers now. So the electricity has been all updated in this house. But when we first got it, it kept on tripping those little fuses, and I wasn't sure why they were tripping, because when my mom lived here, the dryer never tripped them. So anyway, we ended up switching out the dryers, and we put my old dryer. Now, my old dryer was a dryer I got when I was on my own, and I paid I think I paid $150 for this dryer, and I got it from a guy in the next town over that fixes appliances. And I've gotten a lot of stuff from that guy. And I got a dishwasher once from him for one of my other apartments, that went underneath the counter, because the apartment that I got had a spot for it. So I bought it off of him for I don't know, maybe $100 or something. I can't even remember. But anyways, I had this dryer I bought it when I was working at I probably had this dryer now for a long time. Probably, I would say 20, probably 18 years I've had this dryer. And it finally started going, and it was making this horrible noise, but it was still working. And then finally it just crapped out, and it won't work anymore. It won't heat up anymore. So I knew I had this other dryer and I needed them switched out, but the way my laundry room is, it's hard to get the dryer in, because you have to basically move the washing machine out in order to get the dryer in. And I kept on asking my daughter's boyfriend to do it, but he's got a full-time job now, and he was like not willing to put in the effort to do it from what I took from it. Well, anyways, my sister was bound and determined to do it with her boyfriend, so they were down there switching them out, and then she'd come up periodically to like give me updates on what they're doing, because I'm not sure why she was. But anyway, the one time she came in and she scared the kajeebies out of me, because she just started talking and it spooked me. I was diamond painting because I finished my shift and I decided I wanted to work on this painting for a little bit. So I was working on it, which is very odd because usually when I work the weekend shift, I don't diamond paint, but this weekend I did diamond paint. Like last weekend, I did diamond paint a lot while I was working, but these last 2 days I worked, Wednesday, Thursday, I didn't even touch this painting at all. So all of a sudden, I'm here diamond painting. I'm watching, I forget what I'm watching, but I'm watching something, because something was on TV that I wanted to watch, and then I heard a big scream. I'm like, what the heck? And I yell at Alyssa, I'm like, what are you screaming about in your room? And my sister comes up and she's like, Dan just fell in the sub pump hole. And I'm like, what? And she's like, yeah, I think you hurt his leg pretty bad, and I don't think we're gonna finish or whatever. And I'm like thinking, what the heck? And then first she came up and saying that the plug was so fused in that they couldn't pull it out or whatever, that I needed to find someone to pull it out. I'm like, who the heck am I gonna get to pull it out? It's like she thinks I have all these men at the back at my beck and call, and I don't. So anyways, she comes up and he's like, he fell through the sump pump hole. And I'm like, well, didn't he see it? It's like right there. It's a big hole in the ground. But anyways, I just like chuckled to myself because I couldn't believe like he fell through it. And then he comes upstairs, and then they come upstairs like, oh, we got it all done. Bill got the dryer pulled out. Got the plug pulled out. We got it all moved. Washing machine is back hooked up. And this and that. And then he comes up and he always says, oh, what does he say? That's crazy. But the way he says it is so funny. And he always says it. Like he constantly says it. That's crazy. And you just have to hear him say it. It's just so funny. And he's like, I thought for sure he would have been hurt. But he's like, what is that? I didn't know that the sub pump hole was there. And I'm like, oh yeah, well, the people that put the sub pump in there put it in a bad spot. It doesn't even really work where it's at, which really pees me off, because they paid a lot of money for that sub pump. And my basement ended up flooding anyways the year that I got the sub pump. And it damaged everything down there. I put all brand new floors in there. I put brand new drywall, and everything got ruined from the flood. Do you think that basement has flooded since then? Nope. It has not flooded once since that big flood, which pees me off. I'm starting to wonder. No, maybe not. It was all the extra water from the pool, but I don't think so. But anyway, that was a horrible year when everything flooded. And the house has not flooded since that year. And all the work and all the money when I first got this place, I put and I invested into that basement is ruined. So it kind of like deters you renovating. But I really do need to paint the upstairs because it hasn't been done since my ex left. He'd make it look so effortlessly easy. But I will conquer it. Maybe with my sister being on retirement, she'll come and help me. I don't know if she will though, because she hates my dogs. My sister, Helen, is not a pet-friendly person. She never has been, and I don't understand why. I don't know what pets have ever done to her. Well, I know she told me once a story that my grandfather had these cats and they were just born and their eyes were closed, and somebody, I don't know who it was, chased her with one of these cats with the eyes closed. So ever since then she hates cats, which I don't know why she got that in her head, but she has that in her head. Then she thinks I'm crazy about my phobia to mice. Like, I have a huge phobia. If there's one thing you'll learn about me, I am deathly afraid of mice. I cannot even look at a mouse trap, empty or with the mouse in it. I can't handle going to the, like when you go to the store and you see the packaging on the shelf and the mouse is on the pack. I can't do it. When the guy comes around work to check the traps by the doors, I cringe because he carries these buckets around. And I cringe every time I see him because I'm like, I look away and I freak out and I like run from him and everybody's looking at me like, what are you doing? And I'm like, oh, I can't handle. And I'm thinking that they have them we're at the pharmaceutical place too, but I don't think they hardly ever found any there. But I'm thinking food, they probably find some, I don't know. It'd be the day that one comes off in with the vegetables is the day I will flip out. It has never happened, so don't worry. But oh, I couldn't be the one seeing what comes off the fields, because I could only imagine what comes off the fields when the trucks come with it. Nope, I will never work in processing. If I did, I'd probably never eat a vegetable ever again. If I did work out there. But I don't know how I got onto that topic. Oh, about mice. Ugh. Ooh, I hate mice. And of course, I live in an old house. And in the winter time, sometimes, last year I didn't get any because I was smart and I ended up buying those ones with the poison in them. Because then I know I don't have to go get the trap or whatever. I put two down in the basement. I put one behind, because I was so scared about my dogs, right? I don't want my dogs getting into it. I put one behind my stove, and I put one behind this island thing that I have in the kitchen. And I did not see one mouse this past winter. And I am going to go back to Walmart. That was the best $11 I ever spent. I'm going to go back to Walmart in the fall, and I will go get more because I am deathly afraid to take them out of the trap. Because it started with, I'm going to tell you my mouse story. So that year that I bought the poison or whatever, so I got up, it was like early in the morning, and I got up and I went to the washroom, and don't I see a mouse run across the floor in the bathroom, and I freaked right the hell up, and I was scared to go to the bathroom. Well, anyways, my sister Helen's like, put a trap in the bathroom, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, okay. So don't I put a trap in the bathroom? And like behind this, like this corner thing I have in the bathroom, so I couldn't see it or whatever. Well, don't I get up again the next night, and doesn't the stupid mouse, I hate these flippin' traps, get in the trap, but it's still alive, and I'm freaking out because it's moving around in the stupid trap. And I don't, it should be humane to like kill it because I know it's suffering, but I couldn't do it. Like, I freeze. So I freaked out. My daughter got up. So when my daughter got up, it ended up shifting to the door, and it got stuck in between the door. And I'm freaking out, and I'm like, Alyssa, pull it out. And she was scared too, and she went and got a broom, and she pulled it out, and I'm freaking out. I'm trying to call someone to come over here to go do something with this mouse. And my sister Helen wouldn't come. And then finally I ended up, my ex-boyfriend, God help me, I thank him so much for this. He came over and he put it out of its misery and got rid of it. But like, no. That's why I won't do traps, because I'm definitely scared to get them out of the traps. And what a topic to talk about, because, oh, that was horrible. And that was the last mouse I saw in the house. And I hate living in this old crappy house, but it doesn't matter where you live. They'll find a way in as long as they can find a hole. But you would think I wouldn't have any, and then Yvette's like, oh, well, you probably didn't have any mice this year because of all the cats living in the neighborhood. Well, I'm like, no, they didn't help. They've been here this whole time, and they never helped the last time. They probably chased them into the house because they don't want to be outside because of the damn cats. I don't know. But I didn't see any this year. And I will go get more next year. Oh, and like Q, there's the train. That's probably why they like to come here too, because I live by the tracks. Don't they say mice and tracks? Go hand in hand. I don't know. How long have I been talking this time? 20 minutes, and before I talk for a little bit, I don't want to make it too long of a thank goodness it's Friday. But I really like these cover reminders. Aren't they cute? My Furbies, my Furbies. I bought my daughter, actually, I think one of my kids had a Furby that looked just like this one. Yeah, maybe that one too, I don't know. But I bought my son a Furby, and I bought my daughter a Furby once for Christmas. And then when they came out with the new Furbies, I bought Alyssa one. And do you think she plays with the darn thing? Nope. Well, she's a teenager now, but I got it. Tyler was still here when I got it. I got it for a fairly good price at Walmart. It was on sale. And at first I thought it was a mistake in the price, and Tyler's like, no, it's not a mistake, Mom. My son was working there at the time. He hasn't called me much lately. Kind of miss him. He called me the other day while he was rolling up bubble wrap. But that's the last time I've talked to him. in a while. She's looking like his dad every day. Sorry everybody, I got cut off. I don't even remember what I was talking about. I'm so sorry, but my sister called and I didn't realize it's already 7 o'clock in the morning, and that woman calls me at the crack of dawn. So I'm gonna wrap it up because she wants to go for breakfast at Tia's. So I gotta get Alyssa up soon, because that's gonna be a chore to get a teenager up at 8 o'clock in the morning. But she's got to start learning how to do it because school starts in 2 weeks after Labor Day weekend in Canada. And hopefully if I switch shifts, I'll have the first day off in a long time, because she really wants me to drive her to school so she doesn't have to take the bus the first day. But I think that's a mistake, because how's she going to know if it's the same bus driver when she comes home? Because she didn't take the bus in the morning. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. But anyways, I'm going to wrap it up. I got most of the checkerboard done. I just got to fill it in. And then I think I'm going to work on my custom for the rest of the weekend. And hopefully get that done. I'll put progress on that on my Instagram. So if you follow me on Instagram, you'll see it. Because I'm going to work on that for the rest of the weekend, I think, and try to get it done. But anyways, I hope everyone has an awesome weekend. And next week, I'll have a video up every day of the week. I did end up getting the box, the diamond painting for Bling Bling Wednesday. So I don't know if I'll just do the unboxing of it on Bling Bling Wednesday. I don't know. What do you guys think? Put in the comments below if you make it to this part of my video, which I hope you did. And take care, everyone. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you like, please subscribe to my channel, because I would love it so much. And join my Facebook group. It's Diamond Painting Corner by Lizzie Vapes. I've got a few more members this week. Super excited. And I hope to see y'all in the group sharing everything. I know someone just shared something about, do you prefer rounds or squares? And I thought that was, I like it. I like that everybody's interacting on the group. That's what I want. That's what it was for. So that's it for me. I'm going to wrap it up, and take care, everybody, and have a super duper awesome weekend. Bye.